Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back to another part of why we play the game. This afternoon, whatever time you're watching this, I'm actually going to talk about something a little bit different. Not why we play the game, but a little bit more of how we play the game, and in particular, how you guys get people to the table. Is it charm, reputation, or desperation? I'm hoping it's one of the first two categories, and if it unfortunately is the third category, then we will try to address that and maybe help you out a little, but one step at a time, shall we? Charm. Are you the kind of DM that boosts up your campaign and the players and how much you'd like to see them in your campaign, appealing to their desire to play, and pumping them up with acknowledgement of their previous successes in other games, things like that? That's a great way to get players to your table. It may be a little underhanded, a little sneaky, a little slimy, maybe, depending on how you look at things and depending on how you go about it. But it's better than the last category. I think you guys would all agree with me. The ideal for me is reputation. If you are known as a game master of epic proportions, you've had hundreds or thousands of players at your table, every single one of them walking away a happy customer, good on you. But I kind of doubt that there's that many that have literally had thousands of people at their table. Even after almost 43 years of gaming, I doubt I've had but a couple hundred different players at my table from one side of the country to the other, back and forth a couple of times. I didn't do any gaming out of the borders of the United States. That was just a no-fly zone. If you catch my drift, it just wasn't it wasn't in the cards. Let's just put it that way. However, I have had quite a few players. I've had a lot of happy customers, but as all gamers know, there are people that move away, pass away, or just drop out of the gaming scene entirely. But if you are continually getting people saying, I want to be in your game without asking, that is the goal. You want people coming to you to get into your game, not where I stated in the first category, where you're schmoozing players up and down, trying to get them into your game. If you're in the first category, you probably might want to rethink your strategy and hone your skills a little bit better, and let the players at your current table be the ones to tell your tales for you. If you have to go and advertise yourself as a great DM, you've done all this, you've done all that, then you may not be as good as you think. Now, the last category, that's an unfortunate thing. I've probably been there myself. Back in the day, I was the only GM in town, therefore I was the only game in town, and if players wanted to play, they came to my table. But that quickly went to the wayside as I started dungeon mastering at the Unicorn's Lair back in the day, Bob's Comics, other game halls that I've played at and DM'd for hire, but that was, again, many years ago. Since then, I've had a steady flow of gamers at my table for a good long time. One group that's been gaming for 25 plus years, and they keep coming back. But if you're the only game in town, maybe you might want to not necessarily move to another town, but move around a little bit, go to those gaming halls, get some practice in, because practice with strangers is actually some of the best practice and some of the best gaming you can get under your belt for practice and experience, because you have to be on your best behavior. You at any moment can just have the entire party just go, nope, we're out. So getting practice at your local gaming halls or with new groups of players, that's going to be a big help for you guys out there, especially your new GMs playing with your best buds. They're going to be a lot more forgiving, and they're going to tolerate just about anything because, like I said, you might be literally the only game in town. But going and playing with people you've never played with before, people you barely know, people you've just met, it's going to make you really stick to the rules, stick to the game at hand, none of the personal, baggage, none of the favoritism, none of the gray areas. You're just going to straightforward, let's game, let's do it. Maybe after the game we can go, grab a cup of coffee or, split a pizza or something like that and talk about the game, plan the next session. Maybe, instead of the gaming hall, you'll get invited to somebody's house or maybe you'll just meet regularly at that gaming hall, which, I wish there was one here. If there was, I'd probably spend more time there than I am, lately, chatting with you guys just to get in some more games. But to be honest, I'm really digging the online gaming experience. It allows me to focus my gaming and compartmentalize it so that this is game time. When I'm done, I'm done. I can go do other things, and it's it's over. Maybe there's a little chatting before, maybe a little chatting afterwards, but this block of time is set for this particular game with this particular dungeon master, and when it's over, I'm on to doing other things. Maybe I'm working on games of my own, which I do actually have one, and while this is still in the works, it's going to be an AD&D game. It's going to be something I've been wanting to run for a very long time, but I just never got it together, and lately I've been thinking about it, and maybe I'm going to invite some of you guys in. Maybe you guys will invite yourselves. I know there's some people out there that I've been promising to have in one of my games for a good long time, and I think now's the just about the perfect opportunity. Hopefully we'll get it together sometime around the beginning of the new year and start with a new campaign. It's like I said, it's going to be AD&D, but I'm getting off topic. This isn't why I came here. I came here to find out how you guys get people to the table, how you get people into your game. Is it charm? Is it reputation? Is it desperation? Or is there a category I'm neglecting? I know a lot of you aren't going to say, well, it's desperation. I'm not going to point any fingers because I don't know you guys in real life, and I don't come and visit you in real life, and it's really none of my business. But if there's something you can add to this conversation, I'd love to hear it and get your opinions and see, how we can help other people get more people to their tables. I got kind of invited to potentially a game last night, and I'm gonna pursue that. It sounds like fun. It sounds like it's gonna be full of people I know and enjoy their company already. But I wouldn't mind playing with some new people. Arnman, Cal, a couple other people out there that I've never gamed with, and I'd love to game with. Maybe we can get something going. But how do you guys get something going? Do you build up your campaign and get it ready? It's all in a nice little notebook, a binder, and you're like, boom, guys, this is my new campaign. Who wants in? And if so, how do you describe it? What's your, as Max says, what's your 30-second elevator pitch? What's the blurb that you would put on the back of the module? How would you describe this campaign? Or even if it's just a one-shot kind of dungeon, maybe it'll take 3 or 4 sessions to finish. How do you break it to the players? I got this. Bring your characters. I don't care if they've ever met before. We're just going to boom through this dungeon and see how it pans out. Or do you insist on the campaign? Okay, you're starting first level characters, and this is the setting. Do you have some other method? Do the players come to you and say, hey, we'd like to run in a world like this? Do you even contemplate ideas like that? I've had players ask me, yeah, back in the day when I started my evil campaigns, like, we want to run an evil campaign. Okay, guys, whoa, let's not start right here in real life. What do you mean you want to run an evil campaign? Oh, you mean you want to run? Oh, do you want me to run an evil campaign for you guys? Okay, well, we're gonna have some ground rules right off the bat, because I don't want to just indulge your deepest darkest desires, all campaign long, and just lose a little bit of my soul every time we play. Let's So how do you guys do it? Do you have a formula? Do you have a pattern of how you start a campaign? How you get players to your table, or do you get invited? I don't know. Let's start up that conversation as soon as I hit the old stop button here in just a couple of seconds. Until then, I want you guys to have a great day, a great week. It's almost Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys have a really great holiday. We've got the whole week off next week, and we're going to try to get some gaming in, a couple more videos, obviously some family stuff, and then an afternoon of cooking and eating way too much. And hopefully you guys will have some sort of holiday tradition that's along those lines. I hope you guys don't eat too much, because we really don't. We kind of like to have leftovers so we know when to quit. It's like, okay, cool. I'm going to do this again tomorrow. We'll see you then. All right. So until then, folks, have a great day. Love you guys, and happy trails.